The entire office went silent when Sophia threw the coffee in my face. Hot liquid dripped down my shirt, burning my skin, but nothing burned more than the humiliation. Everyone stared. Some pulled out their phones. I heard the click of cameras, the suppressed laughter, the whispers already spreading like wildfire. She stood there, perfectly composed in her designer suit, looking down at me like I was dirt on her shoe. "You're pathetic, John," she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "I asked you to do one simple thing, prepare the quarterly report, and you couldn't even do that right. Maybe if you spent less time daydreaming and more time actually working, you'd be worth something." I tried to explain. The report was on her desk since yesterday morning. I had emailed it, printed it, even left a sticky note. But she didn't let me finish. "Stop making excuses," she snapped. "This is exactly why you'll never be more than an assistant. You don't have what it takes." The room erupted in scattered chuckles. My coworkers, people I had helped countless times, looked away. No one defended me. No one said a word. Ryan, my so-called best friend and her deputy manager, just shook his head with a smirk. "Dude, you really messed up this time," he muttered. Sophia turned on her heel and walked back to her office, heels clicking sharply against the marble floor. I stood there, soaked, shaking, feeling smaller than I ever had in my life. That night, I didn't go home. I sat in my car in the parking lot, staring at nothing. My phone buzzed with notifications. The video was already online. Hundreds of views. Thousands. Comments poured in. "He deserved it. What a loser. Imagine getting humiliated like that by your own girlfriend." They didn't know the truth. Nobody did. Sophia wasn't just my boss. She was my fiancée. We had been together for 6 years. I had supported her through everything, her late-night work sessions, her breakdowns, her victories. I was the one who encouraged her to apply for the manager position. I was the one who stayed up with her, rehearsing her presentations. And this was how she repaid me. I opened my contacts, scrolled to her name, and then I did something I never thought I would do. I blocked her number, deleted every photo, every message, every trace of us. By morning, I was gone. My name is John Carter, and for the last 6 years, I thought I knew what love was. I met Sophia Green during our final year of university. She was ambitious, brilliant, and stunning. Everyone wanted to be near her, but for some reason, she chose me. I was the quiet guy in the corner, the one who preferred books over parties, someone who didn't stand out. But Sophia said she liked that about me. "You're real, John," she told me once. "Everyone else is fake. You're the only one I can trust." I believed her. Back then, she was still finding her footing. Her family wasn't wealthy. She worked 2 part-time jobs just to pay rent. I helped, however I could. I tutored her in subjects she struggled with, shared my meal plan, lent her money when she was short. When she graduated and couldn't find a job right away, I was the one who stayed up with her, sending out applications, rewriting her resume dozens of times. When she finally landed an entry-level position at Apex Corporation, I was happier than she was. A year later, when an assistant position opened up in her department, she convinced me to apply. "You'd be perfect, John," she said. "We could work together, build something great." I wasn't sure at first. I had been pursuing a different career path, but she insisted. "It'll be temporary," she promised, "just until we save enough. Then you can do whatever you want." So, I took the job. At first, it was wonderful. We drove to work together, had lunch together, celebrated small wins together. I didn't mind being her assistant. I loved supporting her. But then she got promoted. Once, twice, 3 times in 4 years. Each promotion changed her a little more. She started dressing differently, talking differently. She made new friends, people in higher positions, people who looked at me like I didn't belong. Ryan was one of them. He joined the company 2 years ago as a senior analyst and quickly became her right-hand man. He was charming, confident, everything I wasn't. Sophia started spending more time with him. Late meetings, business dinners, weekend strategy sessions. I told myself it was just work. I trusted her. But things at home changed too. She stopped asking about my day. Stopped laughing at my jokes. She'd come home late, exhausted, barely looking at me. When I tried to talk, she'd say she was too tired. When I suggested we take a weekend trip, she'd say she was too busy. Our engagement ring, the one I saved 6 months to buy, started spending more time in her drawer than on her finger. She said it was for safety, didn't want to damage it at work. I wanted to believe her. I really did. Then came the day of the coffee incident. I had spent the entire previous night preparing that quarterly report. Sophia had been stressed, snapping at everyone, so I wanted to make sure everything was perfect. I double-checked every number, every graph, every projection. I printed it, bound it, and placed it on her desk at 7 in the morning before she even arrived. I also emailed her the digital copy with a note: "Report is ready. Let me know if you need any changes." But the next morning, she stormed into the office, furious. "Where is the quarterly report, John?" she demanded in front of everyone. I blinked, confused. "It's on your desk. I put it there yesterday." She glared at me. "No, it's not." I checked. "There's nothing." I felt my stomach drop. "That's impossible. I put it right in the center of your desk. Did you check your email?" She didn't even look at her phone. "I don't have time for your excuses, John. This is the third time you've messed up this month." My mouth went dry. Third time? I hadn't messed up once. "You're always making mistakes," she continued, her voice rising. "Always forgetting things. I'm tired of covering for you." I wanted to defend myself, but she didn't let me. That's when she grabbed her coffee, still steaming hot, and threw it in my face. The room froze. I stood there, drenched, burning, speechless. She looked at me with nothing but contempt. "Clean yourself up," she said coldly. "And if you can't handle this job, maybe you should find another one." Then she walked away, leaving me standing there like a fool. Ryan was the first to speak. "Dude," he said, shaking his head, "you really need to get it together." I looked around. No one met my eyes. Not a single person. I went to the bathroom, locked myself in a stall, and tried not to break down. My hands were shaking. My chest felt tight. I pulled out my phone and saw it. Someone had recorded the whole thing. It was already uploaded. The comments were brutal. That same evening, I sat in my car, staring at my phone. The video had gone viral. My face was everywhere. People I didn't even know were laughing at me. I opened my messages. Sophia hadn't texted. Hadn't called. Nothing. I scrolled up through our old conversations. All those "I love yous." All those promises. All those moments I thought were real. I realized something then. She didn't love me anymore. Maybe. She never did. Maybe. I was just useful. And now that she didn't need me, I was nothing. So I made a decision. I blocked her number, deleted every picture, every message, every memory. Then I opened my banking app and transferred my savings to a new account she didn't know about. I went home, packed a single bag, and left. No note, no explanation, nothing. By sunrise, I was on a bus headed out of the city. John Carter was gone. And I wasn't coming back. The first week after I disappeared, I didn't feel free. I felt hollow. I rented a cheap room in a small town, 3 hours away, a place called Riverside where nobody knew my name or my face. The landlord, an older woman named Mrs. Zhao, didn't ask questions. She just handed me the keys and said, "Rent's due on the 1st. I spent the first few days doing nothing. I sat by the window, staring at the street below, replaying everything in my mind. The coffee. The laughter. The way Sophia looked at me like I was worthless. I kept checking my old social media accounts from a fake profile I created. The video was still circulating. People were still commenting. Some felt bad for me. Most didn't. There were memes now. Jokes. I had become a punchline. But what hurt more was Sophia's silence. She hadn't posted anything. Hadn't said a word. It was like I never existed. Ryan, on the other hand, was thriving. He posted a picture at a company dinner, arm around Sophia, both of them smiling. The caption read, "Celebrating success with the best team. Cheers to more wins." I stared at that photo for a long time. Then I deleted the fake account. I needed to move on. I started looking for work. Riverside was small, but there were opportunities. I applied to a few local businesses, nothing fancy, just enough to survive. A week later, I got a call from a man named Mr. Chen. He owned a small bookstore and cafe combined. It wasn't much, but it was peaceful. "You have experience in management," he said, looking at my resume. I nodded. "I used to work at a corporate office." He raised an eyebrow. "Used to?" I hesitated. It didn't work out. He didn't push. "All right. You start Monday." The job was simple. I managed inventory, helped customers, made coffee. It was the opposite of my old life. No deadlines. No pressure. No, Sophia. At first, I thought I'd hate it. But slowly, I started to breathe again. The regular customers were kind. Mrs. Zhao would stop by for tea and chat about her grandchildren. A college student named Lily came in every afternoon to study, always ordering the same caramel latte. For the first time in years, I felt like a person again. Not someone's assistant. Not someone's punching bag. Just John. But peace never lasts. One evening, about 3 weeks after I left, a familiar face walked into the bookstore. Deborah. She was Sophia's younger cousin. Someone I had met a few times at family gatherings. She was always nice to me, one of the few people in Sophia's circle who treated me like I mattered. She froze when she saw me. John. I didn't respond right away. I just stared. She walked over slowly, cautiously, like I might run. Oh my God, she whispered, it really is you. Everyone's been looking for you. I felt my jaw tighten. I don't want to be found. She looked around, then lowered her voice. John, do you have any idea what's going on back in the city? Sophia's losing her mind. She filed a missing persons report. She's been calling everyone, your friends, your old coworkers, even your family. I laughed bitterly. She didn't seem to care much when she humiliated me in front of the entire office. Deborah bit her lip. I know. I saw the video. That was horrible. But John, I think something else is going on. What do you mean? She hesitated. After you left, things started falling apart. The quarterly report you supposedly didn't finish? It was found. On her desk. Exactly where you said you put it. My heart stopped. She blamed you for nothing, Deborah continued. And when people started questioning her, she tried to cover it up. But then more things came out. Apparently, Ryan had been sabotaging you for months, deleting your emails, moving your files, making you look incompetent. I felt my hands start to shake. Why? Deborah looked at me with pity. Because Sophia told him to. The words hit me like a truck. What? She wanted you gone, John, Deborah said quietly. I don't know why. But Ryan admitted it to someone, and now it's spreading around the office. Sophia's reputation is tanking. The company's investigating her. She's about to lose everything. I didn't know what to feel. Anger? Satisfaction? Heartbreak? Why are you telling me this? Deborah reached out and touched my arm. Because you deserve to know the truth, and because despite everything, I think she regrets it. I pulled my arm away. I don't care. Yes, you do, she said softly. That's why you're hiding. I looked away. She sighed. I won't tell her where you are. But John, you can't run forever. After she left, I sat alone in the bookstore, staring at nothing. Sophia wanted me gone. She orchestrated my humiliation. She destroyed me on purpose. And now that it backfired, she regretted it. I thought about going back, confronting her, making her pay. But then I remembered something Mrs. Zhao told me once. The best revenge, she had said, is living well. So I made a decision. I wasn't going back, not for Sophia, not for anyone. Let her look for me. Let her suffer. I was done being her victim. The days after Deborah found me were the hardest, not because I wanted to go back, but because I couldn't stop thinking about what she told me. Sophia orchestrated everything. Ryan was her weapon. Every humiliation, every mistake pinned on me, every moment I felt like I was losing my mind, it was all planned. I replayed every moment of the last 2 years, the missing files I was sure I saved. The emails that never reached her inbox. The meetings I wasn't informed about, then blamed for missing. I thought I was going crazy. Thought I was incompetent. But it was her. She made me believe I was worthless, and the worst part? I still loved her. I hated myself for it, but I did. You don't just stop loving someone after 6 years. You don't just turn off the memories. The late-night conversations, the way she used to look at me like I was her safe place, the promises we made, I wanted to hate her. I tried, but every time I closed my eyes, I saw her smile. The real one, the one she used to give me before everything changed. I started having dreams. Nightmares. Really. In them, I'd be back in the office. The coffee would hit my face again. But this time, I'd fight back. I'd scream. I'd tell everyone the truth, but no one would listen. They'd just laugh, and Sophia would stand there, untouchable, watching me break. I'd wake up sweating, heart pounding, feeling like I couldn't breathe. Mrs. Zhao noticed. You're not sleeping, she said one morning, handing me tea. I forced a smile. I'm fine. She gave me a look. You're a terrible liar, John. I didn't respond. She sat down across from me. When my husband left me, 30 years ago, I thought I'd never recover. I thought my life was over. But you know what I learned? That sometimes, the people we love the most are the ones who hurt us the deepest. And the only way to heal is to let them go, completely. I stared into my tea. What if I can't? Then you'll stay broken, she said simply. And that's a choice too. Her words haunted me. I threw myself into work. I took extra shifts. Reorganized the entire bookstore. Started a small book club that met every Thursday. Anything to keep my mind busy. Lily, the college student, became a regular fixture. She'd sit in the corner, studying, occasionally asking me for book recommendations. One afternoon, she looked up from her notes and said, "You seem sad." I blinked. "What? You always look like you're carrying something heavy," she said. "I don't mean to pry. I just notice." I didn't know what to say. She smiled softly. "My mom used to say that sadness is just love with nowhere to go. Maybe you need to find a new place to put it." She went back to her studying, leaving me standing there, stunned. That night, I did something I hadn't done since I left. I wrote. Not about Sophia, not about the pain, but about me. About who I was before her. About the dreams I gave up. The things I wanted to do. I wrote about the photography hobby I abandoned because Sophia said it was a waste of time. The travel plans I shelved because she was always too busy. The friends I lost because she didn't like them. I had erased myself, piece by piece, trying to be what she needed. And in the end, it still wasn't enough. But maybe that was the point. Maybe I was never supposed to be enough for her. Maybe I was supposed to be enough for me. I decided to start reclaiming my life. I bought a cheap camera from a pawn shop and started taking photos again. The river at sunrise. The old bridge covered in vines. Mrs. Zhao laughing at something her grandson said. I posted them anonymously online, not for validation, just to create again. Then, one evening, my phone buzzed. A message request on an old social media account I forgot I had. It was from Sophia. "John, please. I know you're out there. I know you're seeing this. I'm so sorry. I messed up. I don't know what I was thinking. I need to talk to you. Please. Just one conversation." I stared at the message for a long time. My finger hovered over the reply button. But then I saw it. Her profile picture. It was a photo of her and Ryan. Recent. She was still with him. I closed the app, blocked her. Again. She didn't get to apologize. She didn't get closure, not after what she did. A few days later, Deborah came back. She looked worried. "John, I know you said you don't care, but you need to know. Sophia's in trouble. Real trouble. The company's review found evidence of misconduct. She's being demoted. Ryan's been fired. And there's talk of a lawsuit from other employees who were mistreated." I felt nothing. Good. Deborah frowned. "You really don't care?" "No," I said. "She made her choices. Now she gets to live with them." "But what about you?" Deborah asked. "Don't you want justice? Don't you want to confront her?" I looked at her. The old John would have. The old John would have gone back, demanded answers, made a scene. But I'm not him anymore. Justice isn't me going back and making her feel bad, I said. Justice is me being happy without her, and I am. Deborah studied me for a moment, then nodded slowly. Okay. Just know, if you ever change your mind, you have people who'd support you. After she left, I realized something. I didn't need Sophia's apology. I didn't need her regret. I didn't need anything from her. For the first time in months, I felt light. But that peace wouldn't last long. Because 2 days later, someone else found me. Ryan. Ryan walked into the bookstore like he owned the place. He was wearing an expensive jacket, designer jeans, and that same arrogant smirk I remembered. He looked around, taking in the small space, the worn bookshelves, the mismatched chairs. Then his eyes landed on me. "So this is where you've been hiding," he said, loud enough for the few customers to hear. I didn't respond. I kept wiping down the counter, refusing to give him the satisfaction of a reaction. He walked closer, leaning against the counter. "Nice setup you got here, John. Real cozy. A big step down from Apex Corporation, but hey, I guess it suits you now." I set the cloth down and looked at him. "What do you want, Ryan?" He smiled. "Straight to the point. I always liked that about you." "Well, not really. I actually thought you were boring as hell. But Sophia seemed to like it. For a while, anyway." My jaw clenched. "Get to the point or leave." He laughed. "Relax, man. I'm not here to cause trouble. I just wanted to see if the rumors were true. That you actually ran away like a coward." I stayed silent. He continued. "You know, I almost felt bad for you. Almost. But then I realized, you kind of deserved it." "What did you say?" He shrugged. "Come on, John. You were pathetic, following Sophia around like a lost puppy. Doing everything she said. You had no backbone. No ambition. Honestly, I did you a favor." I felt my hands curl into fists. "A favor?" "Yeah," he said casually. "I mean, look at you now. You're free, right? No more Sophia bossing you around. No more dead-end job. You should be thanking me. I took a step forward. You sabotaged me. You ruined my career. You made me look like a fool in front of everyone. And you think I should thank you? Ryan's smirk faded slightly. I didn't ruin anything, John. You did that yourself. You were always one mistake away from falling apart. I just gave you a little push. Why? I asked, my voice low. Why did you do it? For a moment, he hesitated. Then he laughed again, but it sounded forced. Because Sophia asked me to. My blood ran cold. She wanted you gone, he continued. Said you were holding her back. That you were too soft. Too weak. She couldn't break up with you because you'd make a scene, so she asked me to help make you quit. And honestly, it was easy. You made it so easy. I felt like the ground was falling out from under me. She wanted me gone. Deborah was right. But hearing it from Ryan, hearing the truth spoken so casually, it was like being stabbed all over again. But here's the funny part, Ryan said, leaning in closer. After you left, she lost it. Started crying, saying she made a mistake, that she didn't mean for it to go that far. She actually thought you'd come crawling back, begging for another chance. But you didn't. And now she's obsessed. He pulled out his phone and showed me a screenshot. It was a text conversation between him and Sophia. Sophia wrote, "Have you found him yet? I need to know where he is." Ryan replied, "Still looking. Why do you even care? He ruined your reputation." Sophia wrote back, "Because I love him. I always did. I just didn't realize it until he was gone." I stared at the screen, feeling nothing. Ryan pocketed his phone. Crazy, right? She threw you away, and now she can't live without you. Women, man. I looked up at him. If you're here to convince me to go back, you're wasting your time. He laughed. Go back. Dude, I don't want you anywhere near her. I'm actually here to make sure you stay gone. My eyes narrowed. What? Ryan's expression turned cold. See, Sophia's little meltdown cost me my job. Her reputation tanked, and I got caught in the crossfire. The company fired me, blacklisted me. I can't get hired anywhere now because of her. And it's all because of you. Me? I didn't do anything. Exactly, he snapped. You didn't do anything. You just disappeared and let everything fall apart. If you had stayed, taken your punishment like a man, none of this would have happened. But no, you had to run away and play the victim. Now my life is ruined. I felt a surge of anger. Your life is ruined. You destroyed me, Ryan. You and Sophia both. You humiliated me, made me think I was worthless, and now you're mad because it backfired. He stepped closer, his voice dropping to a dangerous whisper. I'm not here to argue, John. I'm here to tell you that if you ever come back, if you ever contact Sophia again, I'll make sure everyone knows the truth about you. What truth? That you were a drunk, he said with a twisted smile. That you hit Sophia. That you stole company files. I'll destroy whatever pathetic little life you've built here. You wouldn't. Try me. We stared at each other for a long moment. Then I smiled. It wasn't a kind smile. Go ahead, I said quietly. Do your worst. Because here's the thing, Ryan. I don't care anymore. You and Sophia already took everything from me. My career. My reputation. My dignity. There's nothing left for you to destroy. He looked taken aback. And you know what's funny, I continued. You think you won. You think you broke me. But the truth is, leaving was the best thing I ever did. I'm happier now than I ever was with her. So if you want to spread more lies, go ahead. It won't change the fact that I'm free and you're miserable. Ryan's face turned red. You think you're so noble, don't you? Playing the victim, acting like you're better than everyone, but you're not. You're just a coward who ran away. Maybe, I said. But at least I'm not a puppet. His jaw clenched. He looked like he wanted to hit me. But then the door chimed. Mrs. Zhao walked in, carrying a bag of groceries. She looked between us, sensing the tension. Everything all right, John? She asked. I smiled at her. Everything's fine. This gentleman was just leaving. Ryan glared at me one more time, then turned and walked out without another word. Mrs. Zhao watched him go, then looked at me. Trouble? I shook my head, not anymore. But I knew that wasn't true, because that night, I got a notification. Someone had posted about me online, again. But this time, it wasn't the coffee video, it was something new. Something worse, a post claiming I had been abusive. That I had manipulated Sophia. That I was dangerous. And it was spreading fast. Ryan had made his move. The post went viral within hours. My name, my face, everything was out there again. But this time, the narrative was different. This time, I was the villain. Anonymous accounts flooded the internet with accusations. He manipulated her for years. He isolated her from her friends. He threatened her when she tried to leave. There were even fake screenshots. Edited text messages that made it look like I was controlling and abusive. Photos of Sophia with captions like, "She was terrified of him but too scared to speak out." I sat in my tiny room, staring at my phone, watching my life get destroyed all over again. Mrs. Zhao knocked on my door. "John," she called gently. "There are people outside." I looked out the window. A small crowd had gathered. Some were reporters. Others were just locals who had seen the posts. I heard their voices. "Is this where he lives? How could someone like that be in our town? We should report him to the police." I felt my chest tighten. This was it. This was how it ended. Not with me moving on, but with me being hunted down by lies. My phone buzzed. It was Deborah. "John, I saw the posts. None of it's true, right? Tell me it's not true." I didn't reply. Another message came through. This time from Lily, the college student. "Hey, I don't know what's going on, but I don't believe what people are saying. You've always been kind to me. Just wanted you to know that." Her message made my throat tighten. I didn't deserve her faith. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. But something made me pick up. "Hello, John," it was Sophia. Her voice cracked. "Please, don't hang up." I should have. I should have ended the call right there. But I didn't. "What do you want, Sophia?" She was crying. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I never wanted this. Ryan. He's out of control. He posted those things without telling me." I swear, I didn't know. I laughed bitterly. "You didn't know? Just like you didn't know he was sabotaging me for months. Just like you didn't know throwing coffee in my face would humiliate me." She sobbed. "I know I hurt you. I know I was terrible. But John, I never wanted this. I never wanted you to be destroyed like this." "Then, why?" I shouted. "Why did you do it? Why did you want me gone?" The line went quiet for a moment. Then she whispered, "Because I was scared." "Scared of what?" "Of loving you," she said, her voice breaking. "Of being stuck. Of not being enough. Everyone at work looked down on me because I was with you. They said I was wasting my potential. That I'd never make it to the top if I stayed with someone so ordinary. I felt like I had to prove them wrong, and the only way to do that was to push you away. So you used me. I gave you everything, Sophia. I supported you. I believed in you. And you repaid me by destroying me." "I know," she cried. "And I hate myself for it. Every single day. When you left, I realized what I lost. You were the only person who ever truly cared about me. And I threw you away like you meant nothing." I closed my eyes. "It's too late." "It's not," she said desperately. "I can fix this. I'll tell everyone the truth. I'll clear your name. I'll do whatever it takes. Just please, come back. Let me make this right." I wanted to believe her. Some broken part of me still wanted to believe that she meant it. But then I heard something in the background of her call. A voice. Ryan's voice. "Sophia, are you seriously calling him right now? Come on. We have damage control to handle." My heart sank. She hadn't changed. She was still with him, still letting him pull the strings. "You're still with Ryan," I said quietly. "No, John, it's not like that. Save it." I hung up. For a long moment, I just sat there, staring at the wall. Then I made a decision. If they wanted to destroy me, fine. But I wasn't going down without a fight. I opened my laptop and started typing. I wrote everything. The truth. How Sophia and Ryan sabotaged me. How they orchestrated my humiliation. How they manipulated me into believing I was worthless. I included screenshots of old work emails that I had saved in my personal cloud, proof that I had submitted reports on time, proof that files went missing after I sent them, proof that Ryan had access to my accounts. I wrote about the coffee incident. About how the report was on Sophia's desk all along. About how she lied to cover her own mistake. And I wrote about the fake abuse allegations. About how Ryan admitted to me, in person, that he was spreading lies to keep me away. When I was done, I posted it. Not on my personal account. On a public forum. A whistleblower site that people trusted. Then I sent copies to journalists. To employment lawyers. To anyone who would listen. Within an hour, my post started getting traction. People began questioning the original narrative. "Wait, there's proof he didn't do those things. This looks like a smear campaign. If this is true, Sophia and Ryan need to be held accountable." The tide was turning. But I wasn't done. I contacted a lawyer. A small-time one in Riverside who took my case pro bono after hearing my story. "We're going to sue them," he said. "Defamation. Emotional distress. Workplace harassment. We have enough evidence. I nodded. Let's do it. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not because I was afraid, but because I felt something I hadn't felt in months. Power. For so long, I had been the victim. The one who ran. The one who hid. But not anymore. The next morning, Deborah called. John, Sophia's freaking out. Your post is everywhere. The company's reopening the investigation. People are turning on her. Good. She paused. You're really going through with this? Yes. There was a long silence. Then she said quietly, I'm proud of you. 2 days later, I got a message from an unknown number. It was a video file. I almost deleted it. But curiosity got the best of me. I opened it. It was security footage. From the office. The day of the coffee incident. In the video, I could see myself placing the report on Sophia's desk early in the morning. Time stamped. Clear as day. Then, hours later, the video showed Ryan entering her office. He looked around, picked up the report, and shoved it into a drawer. He hid it. He set me up, and someone had caught it on camera. The message that came with the video said, I worked in security. I saw what they did to you. It wasn't right. Use this. I stared at the screen, my hands shaking. This was it. This was the proof that would end them. I sent it to my lawyer immediately. Then I posted it online. The reaction was instant. Oh my God, this changes everything. They framed him. This is evil. Sophia and Ryan need to be arrested. Within 24 hours, Apex Corporation released a statement. After a thorough investigation, we have terminated Sophia Green for misconduct and ethical violations. Legal action is being pursued. Ryan Matthews is also facing charges for defamation and harassment. We apologize to Mr. John Carter for the harm caused and are offering a settlement. I read the statement 3 times. It was over. I had won. But I didn't feel victorious. I just felt tired. That evening, Sophia called again. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail. John, I saw everything. I know you hate me. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I just want you to know. I really did love you. I was just too broken to show it the right way. I'm so sorry. Goodbye. I deleted it. Because I realized something. Her apology didn't matter. Her love didn't matter. What mattered was that I had taken my life back. And I was never giving it away again. 3 months passed. The lawsuit was settled. Apex Corporation paid me a significant sum, enough to start over properly. Sophia and Ryan both faced legal consequences. She lost her job, her reputation, everything she had built. Ryan was blacklisted from every major company in the industry and faced criminal charges for harassment and defamation. I heard through Deborah that Sophia moved back to her hometown. She wasn't doing well. Depressed. Isolated. She had tried reaching out to old friends, but no one wanted anything to do with her. Ryan, on the other hand, was facing court dates. Some of the other employees he had sabotaged over the years came forward with their own stories. He was buried in lawsuits. As for me, I didn't go back to the corporate world. I stayed in Riverside. I bought the bookstore from Mr. Chen, who was ready to retire. I expanded it, added a small gallery space for local artists, and started hosting open mic nights. Lily became my assistant manager. She graduated early and decided to stay in town. You gave me a place to belong, she told me once. I want to help you build something good here. Mrs. Zhao was a regular, always bringing homemade dumplings and unsolicited life advice. You're smiling more now, she said one afternoon. That's good. You look like yourself again. I didn't correct her. Because the truth was, I wasn't the same person anymore. The old John, the one who loved Sophia, who believed in her, who would have done anything for her, he was gone. This version of me was harder. Wiser. I had learned that love without respect is just pain in disguise. That loyalty without reciprocity is self-destruction. And that sometimes, the best thing you can do is walk away and never look back. One evening, as I was closing up, someone knocked on the door. I looked up and froze. It was Sophia. She looked different, thinner, tired. Her hair was shorter, unstyled. She wasn't wearing makeup. The confidence that used to radiate from her was gone. She stood outside, hands in her coat pockets, looking at me through the glass like she was afraid I'd disappear. I thought about not opening the door. About pretending I didn't see her. But something made me unlock it. We stood there in silence for a long moment. Hi, she said softly. Hi. Can I come in? Just for a minute. I hesitated, then stepped aside. She walked in slowly, looking around. It's nice, she said. You built something really beautiful here. I didn't respond. She turned to face me, and I saw tears in her eyes. I know I don't have the right to be here. I know I don't deserve your time. But I needed to see you. One last time. Why? I asked. My voice flat. Because I need you to know the truth, she said. The real truth. Not the excuses. Not the justifications. Just the truth. I stayed silent. I was scared, she began. Scared that if I stayed with you, I'd never become the person I wanted to be. You were so kind, so supportive, and I felt like I didn't deserve it, like I wasn't good enough, so I pushed you away. I thought if I could prove I didn't need you, I'd finally feel worthy. But all I did was destroy the one person who actually loved me. She wiped her eyes. I convinced myself that Ryan was better for me, that he understood ambition, but he didn't love me, John. He used me. Just like I used you. And when everything fell apart, I realized I had become the exact kind of person I always hated. I looked at her, feeling nothing. Is that supposed to make me feel better? No, she said quickly. I'm not here for forgiveness. I don't expect that. I needed you to hear it from me. That I was wrong. That you deserved better. That I'm sorry. I took a deep breath. Okay. She blinked. Okay. I nodded. I heard you. You're sorry. Is there anything else? She looked hurt, but she nodded slowly. No. That's all. She turned to leave, then stopped. John. What? Are you happy now? I thought about it. Yeah, I said. I am. She smiled, but it was sad. Good. That's all I ever wanted for you. Even if I was too stupid to show it. She walked to the door, then paused one more time. If I could go back. If I could do it all over again, I'd choose you. Every time. But I know it's too late. So I hope you find someone who deserves you. Someone who sees what I couldn't. And I hope you never think of me again. She left. The door closed softly behind her. I stood there for a long time, staring at the empty space where she had been. And I realized something. I didn't hate her anymore. I didn't love her either. I just didn't feel anything. She was a chapter of my life that had closed, and I was okay with that. The next morning, I got a call from Deborah. Hey, John. I just wanted to check in. How are you doing? I'm good, I said. Really good. She sounded relieved. I'm glad. You deserve it. Hey, Sophia came to see you, didn't she? Yeah. Deborah hesitated. She's leaving the country. Moving to Europe. Starting over. I think she finally realized she can't fix what she broke. Good for her, I said. I mean it. I hope she finds what she's looking for. Me too, Deborah said softly. And John, thank you. For what? For not giving up, for fighting back. You showed a lot of us that it's possible to start over. Even when it feels impossible. I smiled. Anytime. After we hung up, I looked around the bookstore. At the shelves I built. At the art on the walls. At the life I created from nothing. I had been broken. Humiliated. Destroyed. But I survived. And more than that. I thrived. That evening, Lily came in with a customer. This is my boss, John, she said cheerfully. He's the one who taught me that it's okay to start over. The customer smiled and shook my hand. Sounds like you're living proof. I laughed. I guess I am. As the sun set, I stood by the window, watching the town come alive with evening lights. Somewhere out there, Sophia was starting over. Ryan was paying for his actions, and I was finally free. I didn't need their apologies. I didn't need closure. I had built my own peace. And that, I realized, was the best revenge of all. Not destroying them, but becoming someone they could never touch again. Someone who didn't need them. Someone who was whole, all on his own.